Did Elgato just come out with a perfect VTubing device? Well, before we find out, let's see what it's up against. This is my current VTubing setup, my 3-year-old Rodecaster Duo for all my audio controls, and my 5-year-old OG Stream Deck, which has been with me since I started VTubing. But now I can throw it all away. Gently set it aside, because this bad boy is replacing all of it. But not only that, because look at this. I put in a special button that may or may not do exactly what you think, but I'll show you that later because we have to see what the Strunker even is and what it can do. This is the Stream Deck Plus XL, and oh boy, is it XL. Did you see that spin though? I was very proud of that spin. It took like 5 tries. Elgato released this along with a bunch of other new products as part of their Wave Next launch, and they were nice enough to not only send me these products, but also sponsor this video. So let's give it up for Elgato, everybody, because they are the first ever sponsor on the Zekoz channel. Yeah, baby! Thank you, Elgato. Immediately inside this box is the Stream Deck Plus XL itself, wrapped in this really nice canvas material. You're also given a bag with an instruction booklet and a braided USB-C. Oh, and hey look, it's Reze. And yes, I just had to try to pull this thing out just in case. And don't tell me you never did this yourself, because it's like searching behind a waterfall. There might be secrets behind there. But sadly, there wasn't any in this case. But now that we've got everything out of the box, let me show you guys just how XL this thing really is. Here it is beside my Rodecaster Duo, and now here it is beside my OG Stream Deck. This thing is absolutely humongous. But speaking of the OG Stream Deck, one of the gripes I've always had with it was that it slid backwards anytime I pressed the buttons. And initially, I thought that the Stream Deck Plus XL had the same issue. But then I realized I didn't take the plastic off. Yep, that'd do it. It's kind of hard to tell in the footage, but this thing was planted. In fact, it moved me backwards. Look, you can even see it in my shadow. But insane grip strength aside, Elgato actually sent me another product. See, my microphone is an XLR, so in order to have an XLR connection without using my old equipment, we'll pair it up with Elgato's new Wave XLR Mk. But you can honestly just use whatever you want. However, what I will say is that this has some really awesome features, like all of this for professional audio processing that you'd find in traditional audio interfaces, and Elgato's own special editions like clip guard and voice tuning for a buttery smooth voice. In fact, it's what I'm using right now. It even includes an option to add in your own VST plugins. But as cool as this thing is, aside from an XLR connection, we won't be needing it for the rest of the video. But that's only because we're using Elgato's Wavelink software to control all of our audio, which is free, by the way, for everyone, with whatever mic you want to use. You don't actually need Elgato's hardware to use it, but I found that the Stream Deck Plus XL pairs so well with it, it's insane. And you'll know what I mean by that in a second. But before we dive into the software and other cool stuff, let's first check out the hardware. What can this thing actually do? Let's start off with the obvious, the interface. It's got an insane 36 LCD keys, a touch strip, and 6 dials that you can twist, turn, and press to your heart's content. This is up from Elgato's old version of 8 keys and 4 dials from the Stream Deck Plus, and definitely a huge upgrade compared to my own basic-ass Stream Deck. The keys work and feel like you'd expect, so no surprise there, except for the fact that it has a ton of buttons to play around with. I use this entire left side for all my VTuber stuff, including a dedicated toggle to switch to my female model, because I know that y'all are gooner. The right side controls my audio, including audio effects and reverb. And finally, at the center are all the miscellaneous buttons, like a clipping button for streams, a button for opening up all of my 67 VTubing apps, and oh hey look, it's that thing again. You know it's important because it's at the center and has fancy animations. The touch strip lets you display whatever you want. You can tap on set display, and it even connects to the dials for their right control and visual feedback. One of my favorite uses of this thing is the action wheel feature, which lets you cycle through whatever you want. For example, here I have it cycling through my main stream screens, and this is where it cycles through all my various VTuber models, like this funny dog, my friend Soupy's model, and of course, my female model Zana for all my gooner. And speaking of dials, man, do I love these things. They have a nice tactile feel, so you know exactly how much you're changing, and you can press it for additional functionality, and you've got 2 more on the XL compared to its smaller counterpart. They have so much usage potential that you can get really creative with how you set it up in tandem with everything else. But enough of all the physical stuff, we're VTubers, dang nabbit! So let's get to the virtual and show you how my VTuber stuff is set up. There are two key parts to my ultimate VTuber setup, audio and the VTuber model itself. Let's start off with audio, and like I mentioned earlier, we'll be using Elgato's own software, the Wavelink, that they've actually just updated to 3.0. This behemoth of an app will handle everything to do with audio, from mic controls to effects to an entire mixing table for all of your apps ever. How this works is really simple. I'll create a channel, let's say Spotify, then I'll add it to my personal mix, this is what I'm hearing in my headphones, and stream mix, which is what my viewers are hearing on stream. However, let's not add it in the VOD mix. So now when the stream gets archived and turned into a VOD, the audio specifically from Spotify will be completely gone, even if it was there during the stream itself. This is super useful if you like to, say, play copyrighted music on stream, or prep your VOD to be edited later. But tell me, chat, what's better than custom routing of audio channels? Well, it's custom routing of audio channels without opening the app, of course. By downloading the Wavelink plugin for the Stream Deck, you can now control all of the mixes, mic effects, and even each individual channel directly from the Stream Deck Plus XL, making it a fully working audio interface, just like my Rodecaster Duo or the Go XLR. Let me repeat that again. The Stream Deck is now a working audio interface. It's crazy. Except this one has a metric ton of buttons and functionality at the top. God damn! But as VTubers, we can't just get away with good audio controls because almost every VTuber model out there comes with a bunch of toggles, and we can't just keep going into VTube Studio and toggling each one on and off every time, or accidentally triggering actions in games while trying to make ourselves look disgusted, because that is a gross workflow. However, if you take a look at here, what I've got set up are more than just simple toggles. And yes, this does include... Let's have a look. This bottom row contains my major facial toggles. Angry, sad, disgust, and fear. Oh dear God, what the hell is that? But the row above it controls my position on the screen. I can be far away. Or right in your face. The row above controls bigger toggles on my model, like cat ears, bald, and even bald with cat ears. And if I want to reset this abomination, I simply go to the row above and press this button right here. The top row also controls my wings and removes any props I currently have. And yes, that is the dedicated Zana toggle you saw earlier. With all this setup, you'll never have to worry about toggles taking up precious keyboard room. But there's still one problem. I still haven't shown you what the button does. So let's finally get to the part you've all been waiting for. This button uses an app that I'm sure most of you don't even know about. It lets you customize any VTuber scene using tons of post-processing effects. It's kind of like adding filters, but dialed up to 100. This workflow is actually what a lot of anime studios use to make their shows and movies look absolutely stunning and beautiful. This method is called compositing, and now you can do it too by using an app called Shoost. And here's what it can do at the press of a button on the Stream Deck Plus XL. Pretty cool, right? Getting the Stream Deck XL is, in my opinion, a solid investment, especially when you pair it up with the Wavelink software. The sheer amount of functionality you get is top-tier value, especially as a VTuber, and honestly, as any kind of content creator. Not only can you control your entire VTuber model, toggles, effects, and everything else, but you can also use it as a fully working and functional audio interface for all of your stream and karaoke needs. If you want to get the Stream Deck Plus XL for yourself, it's linked in the description along with the other products mentioned. And plus, buying it using that link also supports the channel, so I would greatly appreciate it. I for sure will be rocking this thing as my daily driver for many years, just like I did with my 5-year-old OG Stream Deck. So thank you again, Elgato, for sending me on these products and for sponsoring the video. Now, if you want to learn how to make your own VTuber scene look as cinematic as this, I'm working on a tutorial that'll appear here once it's done. Otherwise, enjoy this video that YouTube thinks you like. Ciao!